How you all doing out there? I'm Paulie B, and we've got a new configuration for the studio. We put in some K&R speakers, and they're very nice, and we got some speakers out behind there with our monitors and our main control panel. As you can see, we're able to put stuff up on the big screen for viewing, and our new lighting came out great. We got the center light up and running now, and it's very nice in here. Over on this side, we got Pro Tools 10. Pro Tools 10 is on the line. It's an older computer, and you needed the older computer for Pro Tools 10. I just happen to have an older computer. In the center, we got Ableton Live 9 and Pro Tools. This is a Pro Tools version I have up right now. And if you see the Pro Tools version, what I want you to watch is we're going to go ahead and play a little bit of this. And you hear it come up. It's going to be loud. So anyhow, we're able to record tracks, and the bottom track in green is the vocals, and the top track in blue is the guitar. We have a moto interface. A moto interface is very nice. We have an 11, and we have a compressor below there. We have a control panel that's running our monitors now. We have two sets of monitors, and I had to reconfigure everything to go behind. This over here is a Yamaha workstation. The Yamaha workstation is going to become invaluable once we get to go start to have finished songs. We're going to burn them on the CDs, and I've yet to get that all hooked in, but it'll be hooked in soon. On the screen is me playing Partying People, which is a song I wrote before we did the studio, and I wrote that song using loopers. I use loopers, and loopers work very well. Over here we have a Marshall amp, which I have hooked into my drum set at the moment. We have a Colby on the wall. We have a Lyle acoustic electric on the wall. In the box we have a pair of these are condenser microphones. Condenser microphones are used mostly for vocals. We have a number of different PAs going down the line. That's another condenser microphone. We have a JVC turntable that we're playing through Yamaha stacks. And we have a Kenwood turntable. We have a 2000 watt music, which I play through 1000 watt speakers. We have a PA above that. We have the Egnator amp, which is a very nice, you're able to turn from British tubes to American tubes and really come out with a great sound. We have Gear 1 as our PA, and that goes through the bigger stacks in the back. We have lighting throughout. We put our logo on the back wall, which we'll be getting business cards made up with that logo. Right here I have a 6-string bass. It's a very nice bass, maybe between 65 and 76. Next to that I have a Japanese lawsuit model, which is semi-hollow body, that I put 57 Gibson pickups in. I'm using a Vox pedal right now, and I have a tuner next to it. Underneath this we have a ribbon microphones. I have a pair of these particular ribbon microphones. I have one back by my drum set for vocals when I'm doing vocals in the drum set. We have a number of different pedals down here on the ground, loopers. We have a Line 6. It's an M5 stomp box I had one, I sold it, I decided to get another. And we have a Black Star, and of course a looper. You come here, we have a custom built fender that I custom built. Custom built this particular fender. It's a 60 reissue body, 22 fret maple neck. It's got really nice pickups in it. They're N3 noiseless pickups with S1 switching, which gives me 10 distinctive tones. Now here we have the Jimi Hendrix reissue model. The Jimi Hendrix reissue model is a really, really fine guitar. I've been having a lot of fun playing with that one as of lately, and I really enjoy it. We have the Stevie Ray Vaughan reissue. The Stevie Ray Vaughan model is a duplicate of the guitar that Stevie Ray Vaughan played. His #1 guitar. In the back we have a fire maple. It's a Korean made guitar. It's a fire maple on the top, a mahogany body. Heavy guitar just like a Gibson. The push-pull pickups, very nice. We have here we have a Marshall and a custom Marshall. And in the front we have the custom Marshall over there and the Marshall here. I staggered my my 10-inch cabinets to come through my drum set, and I play them through the Marshall, and I can also switch over to the Ignator the way I have the room wired, and I can play the Ignator, or I can play the Bagara. The Bagara is a 22 watt tube amp. Very nice amp. And below that we have a Fender 700 watt cabinet. And we need a bass amp. Here's our bass amp. It's a 400 watt Fender bass amp. I really enjoy that combination. I started out on a Roland. I like the Roland. I keep my amps. The Roland's nice, but then you get into something like this. On top we have a custom, and it is a the custom amp is very much like the Raven in the back. The Raven, however, does not have tubes, but it can digitally dial in all your pedals, making a lot of these pedals unnecessary, but it's still nice to have the pedals. On the floor here we have a couple Black Stars. We have a Monster, which is a tube. They're all tube operated pedals. And then we have distortion, and we have a number of different pedals, distortion, and what do you call it? Black Stars and overdrive, and we have a Digitech, which is a looper. We have another looper by Boss. Bosses are the best by far loopers. We have a pedal that'll run the crate amp. The crate amp is on a slant 4x4. It's a 12x4 cabinet. The crate amp is digital, but the custom amp, like I said, is tube and digital mixed. And I really like this custom because it gives me the ability to control the turning on different pedals right through the amplifier. We have in this corner a Ibanez acoustic guitar. And on the wall over here, we have a 4-string Fender bass. And I have a microphone set up for doing vocals in this corner. And I have another mic boom here. They have pop filters on them. Pop filters are what you use in order to buffer the sound. We have a very nice digital camera for when we start doing videos. We want to do professional videos. Well, this professional camera is the one that's going to allow us to do that. It's a little dark in this corner and hard to see. But we also have a keyboard. You haven't had a keyboard is works to pick up different tunes. We have 45 that I recovered from the Trading Post in North Carolina when I lived in Virginia. And my friend Caesar let me get some stuff out of there, and I was happy to get hold of these 45s. I have more albums here. I have a Prop 44, and I have many albums on the floor in the crate, and I got some more albums over here. I was doing a podcast for a while. I had a lot of fun doing the podcast. I got away from the podcast. It's a lot of work. This is a video of me doing Dragon Slayer. This is actually an antique ice box that I keep a lot of my extra boxes and some of my equipment in. And behind there I have it's just a desk where the center is for where the chair would go. And behind there I have it's a 32 gig 2 terabyte computer, Apple computer, and downloaded on that is Ableton Live 9 and Pro Tools 12. So when you come around, this is the main control center right here where we do most of our work. I just got some noise from stepping on the cable. I don't know why that would happen. We have a lot of amplifiers. We have a lot of speakers. And you come around, pretty much is the front of the room. In the back, we have our digital drum set. And the digital drum set is a Slingerling drum set. I have a looper for creating loops that I want to add to my songs. I'll create a loop and I'll record it in, and I can record that with either the looper, or I can allow it to play and record it back into Pro Tools 12, or I can record it directly into the Pro Tools 12. So there's a number of ways of recording. The big boxes for the camera equipment, and I have a Johnson amp on top of that. Over here we have a Yamaha, and I configured that to be able to plug it into the 4x4. And the Raven, of course. I like the Raven. I enjoyed the Raven, but I've been having fun with the custom. Looking from the back of the room, there's another ribbon mic. The ribbon mics are great. I really like ribbon mics and condenser mics. I have a couple of Sennheisers. Sennheisers are really great dynamic microphones. So anyhow, this has been a tour of the studio. We have our lighting going, and we have different apparatus up here. We have on top for building guitars, different pickups and pickguards. We have in the suitcase looking device it's actually a little tube amp, and would be great for a cigar box guitar. And we have another little electric guitar box guitar amp. We have strings, of course, and some camera equipment, a knife for getting in the open boxes, and some various older tuners, battery for the camera, and things of that nature. Coming around, you can see the camera back in here, and it's really, this is